All right, today we're going to count down the 10 most popular, most downloaded apps for the Flipper Zero, and we're pulling this list straight from the official App Store. This isn't just a list, though. It's really a look into what makes this little device so incredibly special. So you might have this amazing piece of hardware in your hands, but have you ever stopped to think, what is its real power? Where does the magic actually come from? Well, it's the community. The Flipper's secret weapon is, without a doubt, the incredible group of developers and creators who build these amazing tools. So let's dive in and count down their top 10 greatest hits, starting, of course, with number 10. Coming in at number 10 is the Barcode app. This is a super handy tool that lets you generate and save all sorts of barcodes right on your device. You can, for instance, grab an EAN13 code from the back of a book, just type in the data, save it, and boom, you're ready to go. Now, there is one little catch you gotta be aware of. The Flipper screen is pretty small. So for really long barcodes, the ends can actually get cut off, and that might make them unscannable. It's a fantastic app, just something you need to keep in mind. At number 9, we have the Weather Station app. This one is cool. It basically turns your Flipper into a passive listener. It uses its sub-gigahertz radio to just, eavesdrop on signals being broadcast by local weather stations all around you. If you're a tinkerer, you're gonna love this. It usually listens in on the 433.92 megahertz frequency, and it can pull down real-time data like temperature and humidity right out of thin air. It even supports external radios if you want to get crazy and boost your range. Next up, at number 8, is the Radio Scanner. This is just a pure, simple, and incredibly powerful tool for anyone who's curious about all those invisible radio waves that are just filling the air around us. So what does it do? Well, its job is simple, but man, is it powerful. It just sweeps through all the radio frequencies the Flipper supports, hunting for any active signals. When it finds something, you can stop and listen in. It's digital exploration at its absolute finest. Sliding into the number 7 spot is IR Scope. Now, if you've ever messed around with remote controls or any infrared signals, you know they're totally invisible. Well, this app changes that. Think of it as a diagnostic tool that makes the invisible visible. It turns those infrared pulses into actual data patterns right on your screen. So you can see the unique digital signature that gets sent out by every single button on your remote, from power to mute. Pretty cool, right? At number 6, we've got Cross Remote. And this is where things start to get really creative. This app isn't just about one signal. It's about combining the Flipper's different powers into one awesome command. You can think of it like a macro creator, but for the real world. You can build a whole sequence of commands, like send an infrared signal to turn on your TV, then another one to change the input, and then immediately fire off a sub-gigahertz signal to turn off your smart lights, and trigger all of that with just a single button press. Okay, kicking off our top 5 is the Key Copier. This app is fascinating because it takes the Flipper's digital smarts and applies them to the very physical world of, locks and keys. And the process is just wild. First, you select your keys brand from a surprisingly huge list. Then you carefully line up the Flipper's screen to measure the depth of each and every cut, and the app generates the key's unique bidding code. It's literally like having a digital locksmith in your pocket. In 4th place, we have the Spectrum Analyzer. Now, remember the radio scanner lets you listen to one frequency at a time? Well, this gives you the whole big picture view of all the radio activity happening around you at once. It scans a whole range of frequencies super fast, and then graphs the signal strength at every single point. This creates a visual map, making it incredibly easy to see exactly where a signal is broadcasting. It's perfect for pinpointing the frequency of some mystery remote control you found. All right, deep breath. We are now entering the top 3. These are the absolute heavy hitters, the most downloaded, most used applications in the entire Flipper ecosystem. Let's do this. Our number 3 app is BT Trigger. This one is brilliant. It uses Bluetooth to connect your Flipper Zero to that one device pretty much all of us have in our pocket 24/7, our smartphone. And its function is so simple, but so unbelievably useful. It turns your Flipper into a remote camera shutter. You just pair it with your phone, and suddenly you can take single shots or even set up timed sequences, all without ever having to touch your screen. The runner-up, coming in at number 2, is the legendary Wi-Fi Marauder. Now this is a serious piece of kit for Wi-Fi analysis, but you do need an external ESP32 board to really unlock everything it can do. It lets you scan for networks, sniff traffic, and run all sorts of security tests. But I have to give a serious warning here. This is a powerful tool designed for testing and education. It should only, and I mean only, ever be used on networks and hardware that you personally own. Seriously. Okay, wow. We have covered an incredible range of tools today, from copying physical keys to testing advanced Wi-Fi networks. We've explored infrared, sub-gigahertz radio, and Bluetooth. But that leaves just one question. After all of that, what could possibly be the #1 most downloaded Flipper Zero app of all time? And here it is. The #1 most popular Flipper Zero application is the RFID detector. And you know why it's so popular? Because it solves a very common, sometimes frustrating problem with just beautiful simplicity. When you walk up to an access card reader, you often have no idea what tech it's using. With this app, you just hold your flipper up to it and it instantly tells you if it's low-frequency RFID or high-frequency NFC. It's the essential first step for any kind of RFID work. So what's the big takeaway from all this? The Flipper Zero is so much more than just a gadget. It is a true digital multi-tool. And it's all thanks to the community, that it gives you the power to explore everything from radio waves and IR signals to Wi-Fi security, RFID, and even physical keys. It really is a whole universe of tools right there in your pocket. So the only question left is, what will you explore first?